We stayed calm, we stayed composed. We finished off really strongly. Everything that this team has prided itself on over the last 6 weeks, executed again today.
Wrapped, I said handball when you were in the middle.
Oh, yeah, I remember the one now. Yeah, I was about to play it. Yeah,
we both said handball.
Yeah, that was awesome because I was going to play hold the ball. Yeah, it was, yeah.
Mate, he was squatting it down.
Like that's team. From a team perspective, our performance was solid. We sort of didn't intervene unless we sort of had to. It was a pretty free-flowing game. And yeah, we sort of just sat back, enjoyed the occasion, and then paid the free kicks that we sort of had to pay.
So I immersed myself in the week, and you know what? I'm still coming down from it because it was so awesome. It was a great build-up. The game was fantastic. The guys I was with were awesome. We did a good job.
You know, we're super accountable in our assessments. We have umpires get rotated out for form most weeks, decisions here or there. So we're super accountable. We're the harshest critics on ourselves. You still look and challenge yourself individually and as the team you're umpiring with. How can we get better? How can we get that right? Because we hate watching the game back and going, oh, that's wrong, or that's an error. You know, like we hate that. You know, but you blow your whistle and you live and die by it, whether it's right or wrong. You know, unfortunately, you don't get that second or third super slow replay that's on Channel 7 or Fox Footy. You don't get that. First big Anzac Day, pretty much they can tick that box. They can tick any game. You know, so take all the confidence from the way you handled, you know, one, the appointment, but then to perform on the day.
Probably before my time, umpiring was very individually focused. Now it's very team focused and about getting the right result as a team. We don't want someone else in our team to stuff up or have an error. Like, we want to try and avoid that as much as possible because we care about each other so much.
I've loved the people along the way. Doesn't matter whether it's here at the AFL or, you know, junior football. You know, obviously my parents and grandparents have had a significant influence, but the people you meet come from a diverse range of backgrounds. They've got diverse experiences. You get to spend quality time with these people. I love that aspect.
Both of you, the support comms that you gave me in the last quarter, where I think I might have even blown the whistle almost. It was that close, I don't know, but it was that close. And just, that's what team is, yeah. In those moments where I can't see if there's a handball or not, and you just come over the comms with handball. I think the most fulfilling part of being an AFL field umpire for me is that I have a role to play in one of the greatest sports in the world as an umpire. Without umpires, there's no game.
I know that community umpiring groups are just like this group. The camaraderie, they have a bit of a laugh when they train together. A fantastic thing to be a part of. And I wish more people just give it a go, because once they give it a go, I think they get pretty hooked on it pretty quick.